Hey everybody, Mike Iaconelli back out here in the shop, and we've got a great topic for you today. And in today's shop, we are talking about the 5 essential hook styles every bass angler should own. When you think about hook styles for bass fishing, it's ridiculous. Go to Tackle Warehouse, go to Terminal Tackle, click on hooks, and you're going to see hundreds, if not thousands, of different hook styles. Dude, that's confusing. That's ridiculous. That's outrageous. So what we're going to do in today's shop is I'm going to give you my top 5 essential hook styles, right? Not to say that there isn't another hook style that you can use for something that is a specialty technique. But I'm going to give you the 5 that are in my bass boat, the 5 that are in my kayak every single time I go bass fishing. Okay, these are the 5 critical hook styles. So we're going to go down the list in no particular order, and I'm going to show you a little bit of the hook and talk to you about why. Okay, let's start with a hook that's a workhorse for me, which is a straight shank pitching and flipping style hook, right? So a straight shank hook. And for me, that straight shank flipping and pitching style hook is what I'm using when I'm flipping, pitching, punching, short range cover fishing, right? Short range cover fishing. That's when I want this style hook. And it's got some real advantages when you're fishing that style, right? Flipping, pitching, flipping docks, pitching trees, punching matted grass, punching hyacinths, flipping lily pads, right? Those short range Texas rig style techniques. That is the hook. Give you a look at one. Here it goes on a little, that's on a 3/4 ounce weight. I got a Pit Boss on there. That's a 4/0, by the way. This is the one I'm using. It's the Ike approved heavy duty straight shank hook by VMC. And that style hook has an amazing penetration when you're hitting them close. When you're hitting them and you're in close range, right? That's when I'm using that style hook. It's pretty heavy duty, so you can get them out of the cover. It's got a pretty good sized gap on it, so you could fish creatures and beavers and stuff like that. It's a really great hook. Now, before I get to the next style hook, the one thing I do with this is I tie a snell knot to this hook. And by snelling it, when I set the hook on those short range techniques, it pops up the hook. And if you want to see a little video on the snelling technique, I've got it here on the channel as well. So, number 1 essential hook style, short range fishing techniques, flipping, pitching, stuff like that. Straight shank hook, flipping, pitching style straight shank hook. All right. Number 2, let's go the opposite end of the spectrum. Number 2 is a finesse style hook called a Dropshot hook. And everyone, man, if you're watching this and you don't own this hook, I don't care if you live in South Texas and you don't even own a spinning rod. You need to have a spinning rod. You need to have this style hook. And it's a Dropshot hook. Dropshot style hook. Some people call them split shot style hooks, but Dropshot, split shot style hooks. This is one of my favorites. This is the VMC Shore Set Dropshot hook. Really like them in the smaller sizes. Number 2, number 1, 1/0. There are my 3 sizes I carry. That's the number 1. That's my workhorse. And on that Dropshot hook, I'm going to nose hook a lot of different baits. From 4-inch thin worms to 6 and 7-inch, longer worms to goby style baits like that Berkeley Power water bug, Berkeley Power bait water bug. And look at the way that bait sits when you nose hook. It presents that bait horizontally, which on a drop shot, think about that. You know, your drop shot leader dictates how high off the bottom this is, but now the bait is sitting horizontal. Man, when you look at the records of tournament wins in the last 10 years, a lot of them are on a drop shot with that style hook. Largemouth, spotted bass, smallmouth. And this is essential. There's not one tournament that goes past that I don't have at least one rod rigged with a drop shot and this style hook, this drop shot, split shot style hook. Critical hook when you're finesse fishing, especially when you're fishing that drop shot, okay? So number 2 essential hook, dude, you got to have drop shot hooks in your box. You have to, okay? Number 3, let's go back over to a little bit bigger style hook. And this is as old school, guys, as you can get. And number 3 for me, that goes everywhere with me, bank fishing even, is a straight up old school, ready? I'll undo it, offset hook. This is a round bend offset hook. They come in different gauges, light wire, medium wire, or standard gauge. And then, of course, you can get some heavy gauge as well. But a regular offset hook for Texas rigging, thinner, soft plastics, okay? This is the real key. And it's going to come together when I tell you my last one. But when I'm Texas rigging thinner style plastics, I want a traditional round bend offset, okay? That's what I want. That's going to give me my best hookup percentage. So thinner plastics, soft stick baits, thin minnow baits, straight tail worms, and of course the good old regular ribbon tail worm. It's a 7.5 inch power worm. This is a 4/0 VMC regular offset hook. And when you look, I'm going to just Texas rig this real quick for you. This hook matches the profile of the body, right? I never want the hook to be underpowered or overpowered, underbearing or overbearing. I always want it to fit the bait. So for thinner style plastics, when I'm Texas rigging, look at how that regular round bend offset fits it. It's perfect, okay? That's a VMC regular round bend, offset worm round bend. All right, number 3, you got to have that one. You have to. You have to. Okay, number 4 is another finesse style hook that, like the drop shot, it's become so critical in my fishing. I never, ever, ever go anywhere without this hook. That's the best way to tell you. And it is a Nico style hook, okay? A Nico hook. And you've heard a lot about this, man. We've had Classics won by Jordan Lee on this hook. We've had a lot of big events won. And that Nico style hook is sort of a hybrid hook style, but it is the absolute best for wacky rigging a bait. Nico rigging, wacky rigging, tail weighting. When I'm using those finesse techniques, that Nico style hook is the deal. I really, really like the weedless Nico because the weedless Nico gives me the option to modify on the fly. You know, with the weedless Nico, if I'm fishing around moderate to heavy cover, I leave that guard on there. And that's going to let me wacky rig around docks and grass and logs. If I'm in open water, man, I just get my scissors and I cut that guard off, right? So I don't have to buy a lot of different hooks. So I like the weedless Nico style hook. In sizes, man, I carry everything from little tiny like number 3, 4 size hooks all the way up to a 2 or 3/0. But I love the number 2 and I love the number 1. Great size hooks. And that's what it looks like, right? Here's a 5-inch soft stick bait general, Berkeley Power Bait General. I got my little O-ring on there. Just go underneath the O-ring, and there I have it. And this hook style really pulls that bait well, but the best thing about this hook style, it hooks them. It hooks them. I'm trying to think of a good explanation, but other hook styles, when you wacky rig, you lose a percentage of them. But this hook style, the way it's shaped, it's kind of a hybrid hook style, that Nico hook style, dude, it catches them, right? So number 4 for me is a Nico hook, especially for finessing, for wacky rigging. Every tournament I ever fish, I have that rigged. Okay. Last but not least, we're going to go with another essential, critical hook when you're Texas rigging soft plastics. But this one is the EWG style hook. Not a round bend, but an EWG. And the W stands for wide. So extra wide gap hook. And that's that hook with that really big wide gap on it, okay? And right here we've got this is a VMC EWG. This is a ringed version. You can use the non-ring version. They're both great. But it has that big bend, right? That extra wide gap on that hook. And I'm going to use the EWG for soft plastics that are thick and fat, right? So we talked about the regular round bend. Got to have it for thin plastics. The EWG, you got to have it for fat plastics, okay? So an example of fat plastics with this EWG, big creatures, flipping tubes, fat-bodied, like look at that giant fat-bodied swim bait. Anything with a larger body. Here's a Berkeley power bait gilly, right? When the body of that soft plastic is thick and fat, we have to match it with that extra wide gap, that hook style, right? So thin hook, thin plastics, fat hook, fat plastics. And the EWG is critical in my boat. I carry it from a 2-aught all the way up to 5 or 6-aught, them real big ones, especially for big giant soft plastics like that Power Hog right there, okay? So number 5 for me is an EWG style hook. All right, I hope you enjoyed this one, man. I gave you my 5 critical must-have hook styles that you need in your boat, your kayak, your backpack. You got to have them, right? Flipping style hook, straight shank, drop shot style hook, finesse, regular round bend offset, thin worms, Nico, a VMC Nico style hook, wacky rigging, last but not least, EWG for big fat plastics. Carry those 5 hooks with you. You'll have the right hook for any bait presentation technique that you're going to fish. Man, I hope you like this video talking about hook styles. If you do, stop right now. Hit that button. Subscribe to my channel. New video every single week coming straight at you. Turn your notifications on and ding, you're going to know there's a new video. If you're already subscribed, tell your fishing friends about Mike Iaconelli Fishing on YouTube. We're here to help you become a better angler and learn a little bit. So hope you enjoyed it. 5 essential hook styles. Give them a try. You're going to catch more bass. Hey everybody, Mike Iaconelli. I hope you enjoyed this week's In the Shop. I hope you learned a little bit. And if you like these videos, remember, there's a whole boatload. Check out these 2, and you're going to learn more about bass fishing.